UFL on PC is being released. We are all aware of that. We know roughly when it's going to happen. We know roughly when it's going to be. But we don't know what's actually going to happen within the PC version of the game. And what I mean by what's going to happen, there's a lot of factors when it comes to the PC version of any game, from the anti-cheat to the overall optimization and performance of the game to network and ping issues. There's so many things and there's so many things that the developers have to look at when it comes from a PC perspective. So we have a UFL PC wishlist. So let's jump straight into it. First on the list is crossplay. If you haven't seen my crossplay video, you could go check that out. But I would love to see this in UFL. I don't care how long it will take. I don't care if it's on launch. I simply would like a timeline from UFL about crossplay. I understand there isn't many game modes at the moment within the game, i.e. just the ultimate team that everyone is simply playing, because that's the main USP of the game. Later down the line, UFL probably going to bring out other game modes, because it's a complete free-to-play game and there won't be a yearly game release. This is simply one game that will just have everything. So UFL are probably going to take some inspiration from other football games, and they're going to implement those potential game modes within UFL itself. They're probably going to have trial and error within the game itself to have the community's feedback and whatnot. When it comes to that process and whatnot, it will just be amazing to have crossplay as an extra thing, because if there's new game modes that you are wanting to play with friends and they're stuck on PC, then it might be an issue. Even if they mention it as a timeline saying, hey, we're working on crossplay, like they've announced it once PC's announced, or we don't even know if it's going to be on release day. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited. I can't wait, like, simply. So yeah, to all my Xbox and PlayStation players, you will hopefully not have cheaters when it comes to the PC matchmaking, because that leads to my next point on the list, and that is the anti-cheat. UFL developers, if you're watching this, I'm begging you simply to make an anti-cheat that works, that is useful, that helps prevent cheaters and hackers and all this shenanigans that they flipping want to ruin people's experiences. My humble request to simply create an anti-cheat that works. And if you're not aware of what an anti-cheat is, it's basically a software that prevents hackers and cheaters. It's literally in the name. So my humble request for all developers that are listening to this, that hopefully UFL are watching this, I do not know, please make an anti-cheat that works. Not an anti-cheat that overloads your CPU, not an anti-cheat that simply doesn't let you load the game, and an anti-cheat that has its job, that does its job. I know it's probably going to take a while because this is your first PC release, potentially. I just simply want to see an anti-cheat that will just excel and break EA even more. And once again, we don't know if this is even in the game. So I could be making this off the waffle, off the dome. We could have cheaters for the next 5 months. We don't know. I hope it's not an Eric Ten Hag game. But yeah, moving on to something I would love to see, and that is mods on UFL. Every single football game, every single EA football game, every single PES, every single eFootball, there has always been mods. There's always been like customization to the next level extreme on PC. I mentioned about new game modes and whatnot when it comes to PC, and if that's going to happen where we have the offline modes and we have all these other, you know, game modes within UFL, I would not see any harm for UFL to enable the modders for PC to go crazy with creating authentic clubs, creating all those licenses for UFL when it comes to a mod. Obviously you can't play it online because that's just how it simply is, but when it comes to the offline mode, people want to have the most realistic, you know, factor feeling of the game. Even in FC, like, there was certain clubs that don't have licenses, there's certain clubs that are not even in the game, there's certain stadiums that are not even in the game. So if UFL give you PC players the access to mod when offline modes come out, if they even ever come out, it would be unreal, because mods make any game 10 times better. You have an endless amount of things you can do within that game when it comes to modding. I literally made a full team of just Ronaldos within like an experiment of the game. It was completely bonkers, but it was so much fun to do. And I would just love to see that possibility from UFL's side. I don't know if the developers have to like obviously unlock a key or something when it comes to mods, but it would just be amazing. You know, it would just be awesome to see that. I don't know once again how that process will work, but that's just something I would love to see. And I hope UFL are like thinking about all this in the back of their head, because there's a few things that will be amazing for this game on PC, and a lot of people would actually switch to UFL being the main game instead of EA being the hog fest of optimization and all that jibber jabber, because I'm fed up with it. Speaking about optimization, that leads to my next point on the list, and that is Steam Deck. Yep, I didn't say anything about FPS drops. I didn't say anything about optimization. I said simply Steam Deck. And why, Wadger? Why have you said the Steam Deck? Well, if you're not a Steam Deck user like myself, you won't actually understand why I'm pushing for a Steam Deck UFL. The reason why I want this so bad is because I travel every other day to work. I literally take my Steam Deck everywhere I go, and all I need is internet. Simply, I connect it with my 4G, I connect it with my Wi-Fi wherever I am, even if it's in a shop. And I literally just play games for like maybe a 15-minute, maybe 15-20-minute window, depending if we're leaving, depending where we are or where I am. And it could be up to like an hour and a half, let's say, because I go to work in the for trade. Sometimes I have a 15-minute window where I could just quickly play a game, right, or quickly complete a mission. Sometimes it might not be 15 minutes, but UFL obviously has that 15-minute window, and it will be awesome to have maybe one game on the go. And it will just furthermore give me the ability to potentially make more content on the go with Steam Deck. And I've got so many ideas, so many things that I want to do with the UFL within the PC community, within the PC overall like content, that it will just be awesome. Like, honestly, eFootball have done it. I wouldn't be surprised that UFL won't do it, because obviously they're missing a bit of a percentage of players when it comes to the Steam Deck, because obviously EA don't do it because of their stupid anti-cheat that they've just completely killed off everyone, because you have to download Windows, you have to have a Windows operating system to make sure it works, because it doesn't allow the anti-cheat, because simply it's too crap. So yeah, Linux, thank you for blocking that out. You simply did the right thing. If UFL are simply looking at the competitors, they could do a full 180 and be the best football game they could ever create, because right now I've seen a lot of positives and a lot of negatives. Mainly more positives are weighing the negatives, because it's a fresh new game and the developers are listening. So I cannot be more happy that this is a thing and this is happening, because honestly, UFL developers, strikers, you guys are goats. So keep being you, keep killing it, and I'm excited for PC, you know. Now moving on to the final thing on my list, and I know I've mentioned this on another video once again, but that is simply getting things right. That's simply getting the basics right. When I say getting the basics right, I'm simply saying console compatibility issues are fixed even before the release of the game. The reason why I'm saying the basics is because EA, eFootball are just simply schmucks when it comes to this. EA obviously released a game that was not even half created or half completed, whereas eFootball obviously have the more process and they work within Steam. EA work with EA, so EA are schmucks. When it comes to UFL now, it's on Steam, and Steam obviously have that backing, have that amazing support compatibility when it's right, when the basics are complete, when the things are right. So this is why I'm simply just calling out the basics, the simple console configurations. And the reason why I'm saying all this is, once again, even though yes, it will probably be a bumpy road for PC players in the first, I'd say 2 weeks, the 2-week window where UFL are just going to compile all this feedback that PC players are experiencing and whatnot, and how they are truly feeling about this game. So they're probably going to compile all of that. They're probably going to take all the Steam reviews that people are actually going to see or write about, and they're simply just going to work on all those feedback elements, because honestly, UFL listeners, they are listening to the community. So yeah, that's why I'm just reiterating my points when it comes to this. Even though earlier I did say I don't really care about frames, I don't care about optimization. The reason why I don't care about all these basics is because developers should understand that there will be so many players that will be playing from either a laptop or a low-end PC or a flipping all-in-one PC. So there's or potentially even a Mac. I don't even know if that's going to be possible, but they should put all these things into factor because EA didn't, and that's why it's just been a sinking ship since then, especially for PC. But yeah, guys, haven't already, comment down below something. Comment down below what you would like to see on the PC game, what your thoughts are, and yeah, have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care and peace.